Right now, at this very moment, inside your brain, there's a pharmacy. It's more sophisticated, more precise, and more powerful than anything Pfizer, Merck, or any pharmaceutical company could ever design. It produces chemicals that regulate your pain, your mood, your appetite, your sleep cycles, and even your ability to forget trauma. Unlike the pills sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, this pharmacy knows exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, and dispenses it in perfect, personalized doses. It doesn't cause side effects. It doesn't build dependency. It just works. For decades, mainstream science ignored it. They called it a fringe system. Medical students weren't taught about it. Doctors didn't know it existed. But they were wrong, dead wrong. This is the Endocannabinoid System, or the ECS. It is the master regulator of human health. It controls more biological processes than your cardiovascular system, your lymphatic system, and your digestive system combined. It's in your brain, your organs, your immune cells, even your skin. And if yours is out of balance, you become prone to anxiety, chronic pain, and inflammation that no prescription pill can truly fix. You're treating symptoms, while the root cause, your broken internal pharmacy, goes ignored. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the molecular machinery behind the famous runner's high, why your body produces its own version of THC naturally, and most importantly, the scientifically proven, evidence-based ways to hack your inner pharmacy and optimize it without ever touching a supplement, a drug, or spending a single dollar. This isn't pseudoscience. This isn't wellness trends. This is cutting-edge neurobiology that's been published in peer-reviewed journals like Nature, The Lancet, and the Journal of Clinical Investigation. Let's unlock the system they didn't teach you about in biology class, the system that might be the key to fixing everything you thought was unfixable. To understand the inner pharmacy, we have to go back to 1964. A young Israeli scientist named Raphael Mechoulam was working in a cramped laboratory in Jerusalem, curious about why a specific plant caused such profound psychological effects, a high. Working with just 5 kilograms of Lebanese hashish that the police had confiscated, he isolated THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, for the very first time in human history. He had identified the psychoactive compound. He published his findings, but that discovery raised a massive billion-dollar question that nobody could answer. Why does the human body have receptors specifically designed for a plant molecule? Evolution doesn't make mistakes. We don't have a caffeine receptor or a nicotine receptor that evolved naturally in our DNA. Those molecules just hijack existing neurotransmitter systems that were built for other purposes. But THC, it fit like a key made specifically for that lock. So the scientific community was faced with an uncomfortable reality. Either evolution created these receptors by pure chance, which makes no biological sense, or there was something else, something we were producing internally that those receptors were actually designed for. It took another 20 years, 2 full decades to find the answer. In 1988, researchers at the St. Louis University School of Medicine finally discovered these mysterious receptors in rat brains. And then, in 1992, Dr. Mechoulam's team made the discovery that changed everything. They found the reason we have those receptors. It's because we make them ourselves. We are literally wired for cannabinoids because we make them ourselves. This is the endocannabinoid system. It's made of 3 essential parts working in harmony. First, receptors, the locks scattered throughout your entire brain and body with the highest concentrations in the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the cerebellum. Second, endocannabinoids, the keys your body manufactures on demand, only when needed. And third, enzymes, the cleanup crew that breaks them down the moment their job is finished, keeping the system balanced and preventing overstimulation. Let's meet the 2-star molecules of your inner pharmacy, the chemicals doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. The first is Anandamide. It's named after the Sanskrit word Ananda, which means supreme bliss or ultimate joy. This single molecule is responsible for that feeling of flow state when you're working and time disappears, or that deep peace and contentment you feel after an intense workout. It's why some people can smile genuinely in the middle of chaos and stress. It's not that they're delusional or ignoring their problems. Their anandamide levels are just naturally higher, giving them a biological advantage in emotional regulation. But here's the cruel joke that nature plays. Anandamide is incredibly fragile. It has one of the shortest half-lives of any neurotransmitter in your body. Your body produces an enzyme called FAAH, fatty acid amide hydrolase, that breaks it down almost instantly, sometimes within just minutes of it being created. This is why happiness and bliss can feel so fleeting and temporary. Your body is literally cleaning up your joy molecules before you can fully savor the experience. It's like making a gourmet meal and having someone throw it in the trash before you finish your first bite. Then there's the second king, 2-AG, 2-arachidonoglycerol. If anandamide is the bliss molecule, then 2-AG is the general commanding your body's defense systems. It's found in concentrations up to 1,000 times higher than anandamide in certain regions of your brain, particularly the hippocampus. It manages your immune response, controls inflammation at the cellular level, and essentially decides which areas of your body need healing resources and which perceived threats need to be neutralized immediately. Together, these two molecules maintain something called homeostasis, the state of perfect internal balance. Think of the ECS as an intelligent thermostat for your entire body and mind. If you're too hot, meaning stressed, inflamed, overstimulated, anxious, the ECS automatically turns the cooling mechanisms on. If you're too cold, meaning depressed, sluggish, unmotivated, disconnected, it cranks up the heat to bring you back to baseline. And it's doing this constantly, adjusting in real time, every second of every single day, whether you're aware of it or not. But what happens when a thermostat breaks down? What happens when your inner pharmacy runs out of stock? Dr. Ethan Russo, a board-certified neurologist and one of the world's leading researchers on the endocannabinoid system, pioneered a controversial but increasingly accepted theory called clinical endocannabinoid deficiency, or CECD for short. The theory is simple but profound. If your inner pharmacy runs critically low on endocannabinoids, or if your receptors stop responding properly, your entire system goes into chaos. Your body loses its ability to maintain homeostasis, and cutting-edge medical science is now linking CECD to a cluster of mysterious treatment-resistant conditions like chronic migraines, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, and even depression that doesn't respond to traditional antidepressants. These aren't separate, unrelated diseases. They might be all symptoms of the exact same broken system. And here's the terrifying part. Our modern world is systematically destroying the ECS. Chronic, unmanaged stress floods your system with cortisol, which directly and powerfully suppresses endocannabinoid production. Lack of quality sleep prevents your CB1 receptors from repairing themselves overnight. And processed seed oils, the ones hiding in nearly every packaged food, every restaurant meal, every convenient option, they create systemic inflammation that literally jam the communication signal between your endocannabinoids and their target receptors. You're walking around with a Ferrari engine, the ECS, one of the most sophisticated regulatory systems in all of biology, but you're putting low-grade, contaminated fuel in the tank every single day. And then you're wondering why you feel anxious, exhausted, and inflamed all the time. So how do we fix it? How do we flood the system with anandamide and optimize our receptors without turning to external drugs or expensive supplements? Hack number 1, the cold shock protocol. When you immerse your body in ice-cold water or take a freezing shower, your nervous system perceives a genuine threat to survival. To protect itself from the extreme stress and pain of the cold, your body triggers an emergency release of endocannabinoids to dampen pain signals and regulate your core temperature. Published research shows that deliberate cold exposure can increase anandamide levels up to 250% within just 30 minutes. That incredible buzz and euphoria you feel afterward, that one that cold plunge enthusiasts rave about, that's your inner pharmacy working in overdrive, flooding your system with natural bliss molecules. Hack number 2, high-intensity cardiovascular exercise. For decades, we believed the famous runner's high was caused entirely by endorphins, those feel-good chemicals everyone talks about. But we were completely wrong. Recent studies prove